Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see some other choice images of let's see some other choice images. There we go. Hello, everybody. Great people in the house. Hi there. Welcome. Welcome to the Metaphysics of Israel versus Hamas. We're going to begin with a little rogues gallery of Hamas fighters. Hamas fighters. So hello, ADHD audits. Hello, DEFCOM UK, Sir Nigel Farage. I'm sure that's the real Nigel Farage. You've got good taste, sir. Anyone else in the room? We'll let them stream in before I commit 17 free speech violations. Hello, everybody. Hello, Hi Guy, Wagot, David, Diesel Mayer, Umar, Cool Scruff Bag, Cam, Schopenhaha. Schopenhaha. You're both funny and not funny at the same time. Stuart Blogs, Christopher Thingy, Lucinda, Samuel J, Jan, David Dyer, Philip Johnson, Whiskey Straight, Aaron B, Richard Great. Anyway, so there's hundreds of you. I've read out names from a minute. Today we're going to go a little bit more in depth. I did a very, very powerful and emotive live stream, which I've subsequently deleted because YouTube did not allow it for monetization. So fuck that. But yeah, here's some more little green bandanas. Look at them. He's got his machine guns like a Mexican bandito. Let's get some more Hamas fighters up. There's a purpose to my madness, guys. I'm not just randomly looking at Hamas fighters. They're gonna. Here we go. There's some M4 carbines. Look at that. M4 carbines. He's got his little desert uniform on. And death to America, death to Israel. But we like to use their machine guns because they're better than anything in the Arab world. I don't know. So right. So people are saying Lebanon has now joined the war. It's important in the Middle East. It's all very tribal, very tribal. There's a lot of different sects and religions in Lebanon. So Lebanon has not joined the server. Hezbollah has joined the server. Hezbollah is the Islamist militant revolutionary wing, very anti-Jew, very anti-Israel. Hezbollah may be considered a couple of notches above Hamas in terms of military strength, in terms of military power, ability to inflict damage. As always, guys, in the comment section, you've got the option to send a super thanks or a super chat. That sends money directly to my giant reserves. There's only 17 billion shekels in there now. But because the ticker can get fast when we get a few extra people in the room, if you want to get your opinions pushed to the top in red, I can do that. Well, now that the dust, no, it hasn't settled, has it? There's still a few dozen Hamas operatives operating in Israel, Israeli territory. The Israeli Defense Forces are finding it very hard to flush them out because they're embedded in residential areas. They are wearing human shields. A big tactic of Hamas, because these are big, brave men, very big, brave men, big beards. You know they're brave because of the big beards. They like to, obviously, to try and counteract Israeli intelligence. They like to ensure that their military command centers, their terror tunnels, their weapons caches, the storage weapons, the barracks. What the Hamas like to do is to sellotape toddlers to the roof, and so when the Israelis have to bomb and blow up a weapons depot in Gaza, then the Hamas can say, look, they targeted 50 babies. And then you don't see the footage of them taping the babies to the roof, little toddlers. They love it. Literal human shields, like a big shield made of 18-month-old toddlers. We should put Hamas against the XL Bully toddler shredder. David Dyer sends a little fox. Hey, David, how are you? Sends £5. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna jump into the comment section from time to time, but to keep it flowing, I'm gonna concentrate on my ranting and looking at you guys. So let's just look at the stats. So 2 days ago, Israel managed to be invaded by Hamas. Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. My friend at Wide Awake Media has pushed a conspiracy theory online saying that Mossad and Shin Bet and the Israeli government allowed this to happen, much like many of us used to believe that the Americans allowed 9/11 to happen. I don't think there's any evidence that Israelis allowed it to happen. It was during a holiday, and as we joked about in our last live stream, the Jews love a day off. Oh, they're very hardworking, the Jews, but they love a day off. When I worked for my Jewish boss, Samuel, we had all the British holidays and then another 10, 15 Jewish holidays on top, which I wasn't complaining, getting paid the salary for Jewish holidays. So what is impressive, and credit where credit is due, is that Hamas managed to keep their plans under wrap. It's an invasion with thousands of people, thousands of rockets, dozens of rocket-propelled grenades, lots of high explosive, lots of machine guns, lots of bulldozers, lots of paragliders. And they kept it quiet. You know, they were very successful in holding the information away from the Israelis. Now, that does not mean that the Israelis were in on it and they wanted 1,000 innocent men, women, and children to get machine gunned to death in the street. They wanted 200 of their own soldiers and 100 of their own policemen to get machine gunned to death by Hamas. That is inconceivably insane. That is madness, absolute madness. If you've ever met a Jew, if you've ever met an Israeli, they're very, very patriotic, very much about defending their fellow Jew. And I have seen Israel swap 1,000 high-ranking Hamas fighters from a prison for a little corporal called Gilad Shalit. Gilad, old Gilad, young Gilad, was about 21. He got kidnapped. They got kidnapped a few years ago in the West Bank or near Gaza. I think it was the West Bank. And the Israelis, valuing life, they gave back 1,000 throat-slitting, toddler blowing uppers for their young corporal. So let's just try and dispel a few conspiracy theories here, because it's important to know. Like the Gaza Strip, it's like it's like a little strip. It's got sea on one side, desert on the other side, a little strip of Palestinians, 16 kilometers. What's that for my imperial friends? God bless the British Empire. God bless. Anyway, my imperial friends will know that 16 kilometers is 10 miles. 10 miles, and it's maybe 3 or 4 miles wide, maybe a bit less, 2.5 miles wide. It's a strip of land, yeah? Now, across 10 miles, you've got your posts. And if everything's quiet, if it's all quiet on the Gaza Strip front, you'll have a couple of like reservist soldiers in each tower. They're looking out. There's nothing going on. Everyone's on holiday. So all the helicopter pilots, fighter jet, all on standby. There's no reports of any crazy Palestinians kicking off. So when it does happen, they emerge out of a terror tunnel, maybe against 4 guard towers. You use your guided missile anti-tank against the guard towers. Bang, at the same time you send in teams with a high explosive, blow up the fence underneath the killed Israelis, the dead Israelis in the guard towers, all dead. You stream through, say, 1,000 men with machine guns. Then you can take over the nearest police station, the nearest army base. Again, they're on holiday. You know, maybe there'll be 100 soldiers at the base, 20 police officers at the station. You've got 1,000 fanatic Hamas fighters with AK-74 missile, AK-47 or the new variant, the AK-74, more accurate, I hear. And you can do a human swarm. You know, Stalin's tactics in World War II against the German. Just send all the peasants. And in Hamas, because they believe in paradise, they believe that everyone that dies fighting the evil Jew according to Hamas. So I don't think there's any conspiracy. It's very easy if you have a surprise attack against, and it's been very quiet. I'm obsessed with current events and news. I read the news. I see that. I read JerusalemPost.com to get the Israeli perspective. All been quiet. I was like, wow, maybe the Hamas have decided that raising their babies in a peaceful environment is better than blowing up Jewish children. We're going to come on to the horrors in a second. I just want to talk about how it actually happened. Now, Israel isn't a very big country, not a very big country, but by the time the fighter jets and the helicopters can come, all the thousands of Hamas fighters are in people's homes. They're in the residential area. They're in kids' nursery schools, machine gunning the toddlers. They're in the nursing homes with the elderly, forcing the elderly. They've gone to that music festival. They use their paraglider, guys. Dozens, maybe hundreds, 2 people per paraglider, hundreds of them into that festival. There was, I'll tell you something very sad. I've got a few Israeli friends on my Facebook, and they're sharing missing young people things, people upset. Where's my son? Where's my sister? Where's my nephew? And these are all normal looking people. These are people that were at a psytrance rave. You might have heard of a psytrance band, the biggest one, called Infected Mushroom. They are Israelis. What the Israelis love, they love a little bit of psychedelia, doing their psytrance. So this was at 6:30 in the morning. You had thousands of people in late teens, early 20s, 30s at a rave. Way, and I can imagine they were all spangled in the head. They're all drunk. They're all having a good time. It's like sunrise. And I hope you've all seen the video of the guy filming a rave, and then the camera pans, and you see like a dozen paragliders in the distance. And the Israelis counted the dead bodies this morning. There were 260 dead young Israeli party goers. There were another 100 missing. Either their bodies are not recognizable, or they've been kidnapped into Gaza. If we look at the bigger picture, there's about 1,250 innocent Israeli men, women, and children massacred in one day. That's a body count which is about 33% of the September the 11th attacks, and it's going to rise. My prediction is that once the dust has fully settled and we see the true scale of this Hamas attack in terms of body count of totally innocent people, it's probably going to be around 2,000 in the initial 2-hour attack. And a lot of those people in the kibbutzes and the little settlements near Gaza will be women and little children. And as I said on my last live stream, any sympathy I may have had for the Palestinian cause evaporated when I saw with my own eyes men in Hamas with the green bandana going car to car, machine gunning toddlers. Little kid run out of the car, machine gun the kid. I've seen Hamas videos gloating in a room full of bodies, and the kids are like 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. So in a way, what Hamas has done is bigger than 9/11, because I'll say it, 1,000 dead children is more monstrous than 1,000 dead adults. I'm sorry if you disagree. 1,000 dead children is more shocking than 1,000 dead adults, and Hamas targeting little children. And I saw the video of he looks a bit older than me, maybe 55, 60, crying on TV. His daughter, who's in her 20s, Noah is her name. Noah was kidnapped, and she's that famous video on the back of the motorbike, screaming, crying, terrified. Please don't. She's saying in Arabic or Hebrew, I don't know. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. And I think we can all guess that it's hard as a father to say this, but Noah's been violated probably dozens of times by now, because if these people are willing to machine gun toddlers in front of their families, they're going to rape all their female prisoners. They're so fired up. And yeah, these are the brave boys kidnapping young girls, shooting toddlers in the street. Look at them. Big, brave men. Big, brave boys. Look at that. Kidnapping elderly grannies out of nursing homes, taking them back to Gaza. There they are. Look at that. I'll show you. Look at these brave lads. They show their faces like the left-wing activists, because, real men dressed like medieval executioners. Real men. And I'm struggling a little bit here, getting a bit emotional, but I just want to show you. This one. I just want to show you this one, guys. There's a whole family here. There's a whole family here. Every single human being in this photo was killed in cold blood by Hamas invading terrorists. Now imagine you come across a mother, an injured mother, screaming for you to save the life, to not shoot, to spare the lives of her little toddler, little 4-year-old, little 10-year-old girl. And you scream, God is great, and you machine gun them anyway. There's a level of satanic ferocity here, which I don't know. This might be the end of left-wing politics. It might be the end of Palestine action. It's certainly the end of Hamas. I don't think any reasonable person can believe that Hamas will exist as a powerful force after machine gunning over 1,000 men, women, and children on the street. Now, a lot of people are asking, what are Hamas aiming to do? They're funders from Tehran and Iran. Iran hates Israel. I don't know why they can't just be friends. If you get an average Iranian and an average Israeli, they don't look that different to one another. But why? I know that that's neither here nor there, but why can't they be friends? So what is the reason for creating such an atrocity for the world to see? Now, maybe Hamas commanders, the bosses, said, look, don't machine gun innocent men, women, and children, kidnap them all, bring them back to Gaza, and we'll have them as, like, you know, hostages, which is very useful because the Israelis are very concerned with rescuing Israeli hostages. And then maybe something went wrong, but it doesn't look like something went wrong. It looks like they went in there with the explicit and stated goal to kill as many Jewish people as possible. Now, if you go onto the Hamas websites, you can find English versions, you know, you can find the direct thing. Hamas justifies killing toddlers. Get this. Are you guys ready for a drum roll? And you're thinking, why, Charlie, how does Hamas justify killing toddlers? You're going to like this one. Hamas justifies killing toddlers because, get it? Wait. They might grow up to be soldiers. Anyone might grow up to do anything. So, and I've not had a quick look not too much looking in the comment section, but I can see a lot of spamming. You get a lot of angry people that are upset that someone would dare to have sympathy and empathy for Israel after their 9/11. I have a lot of sympathy and a lot of empathy for Israel after the 9/11. And let's just say this, for all the water-headed, pituitary retards, all the low IQ fucking cunts who sully our collective psychic experience with their low-brained, pathetic, emotional-driven irrationality. Let's state it so that the fucktards can be told once and for all, and then all of us who agree anyway can all go, all right. There is a massive fundamental moral difference between accidentally killing civilians when you're trying to strike your enemy embedded behind human shields than there is to going into a residential area and machine gunning toddlers on purpose. Bloody doorbell. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The doorbell's gone. Don't go away. Hello. Oh, thanks. Thanks. All right, I'm still here. Right. Which one of you fuckers ordered me 400 Domino's pizzas? And then the little tag says, love Hamas. And I'm joking. Fuck you, Hamas. Piece of shit. Piece of shit, low life. Like, there's real men. There's real men. And then there's coward fake men. And it's the coward fake men who dress the most in all in black and wear bandanas and hey, and like, you know, when I think to complicate it a little bit more. One sec, I think there's a door. One sec. There's a door thing going on. Oh, is it all good? Oh, brilliant. It's arrived. Thank you. Right. But let's get back to it. There is a world of difference between machine gunning toddlers on purpose to kill civilians on purpose than there is to accidentally killing civilians when you're trying to strike your enemy who is embedded in a deep residential area because he knows, oh, that winds me up. Hamas, I don't know which one. Do Hamas go, oh, yeah, like dead Palestinian kids, dead Palestinian, they love it. Hamas seem to hate Palestinian kids as much as they hate Israeli kids. You just see Hamas propaganda wing blowing their load. Oh my God, we've got dead babies to show the Western media. The lefties will lap this up. And they're like, oh, but don't tell them we strapped those babies to the roof of the mosque where we were storing all those bombs and missiles and terror tunnels. And they're like, like Hamas, they hate children so much. They see an Israeli missile coming. They're like, quick, rush in a whole bloody nursery school of babies. Do not let that Israeli missile go to waste. Get the babies under it. That's Hamas for you guys. So many people in my last live stream, they correctly said, Charlie, in your 20s, when you started out on YouTube, you had a lot more sympathy for the Palestinians. Well, yes, I also believed in a lot of conspiracy theories. I believed in a world Zionist government. I believed that 9/11 was an inside job. I believed that we were all about to get microchipped. They were going to get rid of cash, and that was the end of it. And so I did a video called, We Are All Palestinians in the Face of the New World Order. But I don't believe in the New World Order anymore. And I don't think we're all Palestinians in the face of it. But it's important to transparently, if I went and started deleting my videos, the more autistic amongst you would do the pattern recognition of every video I've deleted, and then I'm trying to pretend that I didn't have this past, that I didn't support Palestine, that I had some funny ideas about the Jews. But hey, I'm like the white cat in the meme. There's the two women, you fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me. That's me. Right. Don't all start spamming it. I'm going to read some of the messages here. Someone's saying, go wash my hands. Oh, I think you mean I've got Palestinian baby blood on them. No, that's your friends in Hamas. No, that's you and Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn, that when the Israeli babies were still twitching on the street, still bleeding out. Jeremy Corbyn was like, wait a second, our friends in Hamas, maybe they're the victims here. As there's footage of the Hamas parading naked Israeli girls with their heads blown out. And they're like, oh, hold on a second. Maybe the Hamas are the victims here. We're Jeremy Corbyn people. And here's the thing. I think I titled this video, The Metaphysics of Israel versus Hamas. Now, if anyone wants to know what the Jews believe, very easy. Pick up your Bible, read the Old Testament. That's the Jewish Bible. That's the Jewish Bible. And you can figure out what do the Jews believe? Be fruitful, make money, support your family, and have more kids. Be fruitful and multiply. That whole have loads of kids stuff, that comes from the Jews. And I wish Hamas would stop committing own goals. I mean, there is no Palestinian cause now. Once you machine gun 1,000 kids in the street and then you take gloating videos of it, and once you parade terrified 18-year-old Israeli girls that you're going to multiple rape, into Gaza, you've lost the cause. Now, Israel, one thing I will say is I'm long in the tooth, been around the block a few times. I've seen Israel bomb the absolute fuck out of Gaza maybe 10 times in my lifetime. Does it achieve anything? Do these really dramatic fucking videos? What does that achieve? Doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't. It might look good for your domestic Israeli audience who wants to lash out, but the only way you're going to get rid of Hamas is a full ground invasion and to actually defeat them in battle. Air campaigns, bombing, and all Israel's doing every time they lash out with the big bombs from the airplane is they give the Palestinians a chance to show the world the dead babies that they strapped to the roof of the bomb factory, Hamas strapped the human shield babies, and then they're like, look what the Jews did to us. And I just got to say, you fucking bearded piece of shit, backward idiot. You did that. You murdered 1,000 Israeli babies, and then you strapped those human shields to the bomb factory, you fucking sucker of Satan's cock. You worship the phallus of Satan. You are a goat fucker. And I don't mean goat as in meh in the desert. I mean fucking Lucifer himself. You fucking used your mouth as the vagina for Satan. That is you. That is you. That's Hamas. That's Hamas. And I see there's a big march in Manchester yesterday. Manchester, Palestine action. There was a big one in London. London, Palestine action. I was in Liverpool yesterday. I'll tell you all about the tranny video when I launch it. YouTube's still trying to monetize it. I had to physically push back a bunch of big women who wanted to beat me up. Fucking get back, you big fucking woman. And I saw a little real short arse. I would describe him as a British Pakistani gentleman by the way he looked. He was very short and he had a big shirt saying "Free Palestine." And I was like, Even after there's like rivers of blood with dead Israeli babies on the street, Hamas on purpose killing all these innocents and raping the women, and you're like, "Free Palestine." And like what it is, these fucking satanic orcs are unable to feel any empathy for what they consider their enemy. The enemy, they cannot differentiate in their brain children from a fighter. So they, and so that like, so I think this is a great divider. You know, as Jesus Christ said, "I came not to bring peace, but a fucking sword down the middle. Are you with Christ or are you anti-Christ?" And I think we're seeing a similar sort of the bifurcation. The world's going back to binary. Sorry, non-binary people. Fuck you. The world's going back to binary. Binary. You either support civilization and people being allowed to develop and build a civilization, or on the other side, you think it's okay to cheer and hand out sweets when babies are being blown up on purpose. And again, for all the little fucking retards. There is a metaphysical difference between blowing up children on purpose and accidentally killing children because your enemy has human shielded themselves in a basement with 100 children. I still blame Hamas. For every dead Palestinian in Gaza, I blame Hamas because fuck them, man. Right? Let's make it more personal. Let's say we're here in Britain, and let's say the country of Luxembourg decides to fucking nuke Manchester. All my family are dead, and then I launch a nuke into Luxembourg, into their capital, into the town hall. Small nuke, but Luxembourg are like, we're going to put the whole population of Luxembourg in the town hall. And then they all die. I still blame Luxembourg. Shouldn't have nuked Manchester, you fucking cunts. Shouldn't have done it. Hamas shouldn't have attacked Israel. And like, they want you to think, here's the thing, like, Palestine activists want you to think that Gaza is like Angola, like the Congo. It's like the Central African Republic. Everyone's starving, flies on like bloated belly kids, sewage in the street, like limping dogs and animals. No, Gaza's got hospitals, cinemas, schools, roads, internet providers, mobile phone providers. It's got companies. It's got industry. It's got this and that. And Israel, there's the thing, like, they're all like open air prison. Fair enough. 10-mile long open air prison. But every time that Israel relaxed the border controls, there'd be another massive atrocity where like 100 Israelis die because Hamas is committed to killing them all from the river to the sea, which is the state of Israel. Palestine will be free. What that is code for is expel every single Israeli from the occupied territories. And they don't consider Israel a sovereign state, or everyone else does. They see the state of Israel as actual Palestinian clay. Like they see the state, they don't see a two-state solution. They want every last Jew out of Israel. And I'm sorry, Jews have been there for 4,000 years. That's a long time. I don't know if they've always been exactly the same, but they've maintained this religious thingy culture for 4,000 years. They won it fair and square by blowing up British forces in the 1940s. Well, everyone was blowing up the British forces in the 40s. It was the end of British colonialism. The Israelis in 1948, Balfour Treaty, they're like, "Way, fucking, we're a state." What did the Arab neighbors do? 6 wars of annihilation. The 6-Day War, Arab-Israeli War 1, 2, and 3, Yom Kippur War, fucking Saddam scudding Tel Aviv War. So, if anything, the Jews have managed to stay in their homeland despite the Holocaust in Europe, despite the Arabs trying to Holocaust them again. And one thing I will say, knowing a tiny bit about human psychology, once you'd Holocausted people's grandparents and great-grandparents, they're very unlikely to ever be in a position where you can genocide them again. And so, as I said in my last live stream, you might not agree with circumcision or some of the other whatever Jews do that you disagree with. For me, it's mostly circumcision. I don't think we should do that for kids. But even if you disagree with that, you got to side with the civilization builders, the normal people, the civilized people who value human life over the barbarian, savage suckers of Satan's cock, fake coward men. They are fake coward men. Now, anyone I see in Manchester, London, wherever I'm going, who is like really aggressively supporting Palestine, even now, you are a sucker of Satan's cock. You've got that big, black, thick-veined, purple-headed, black, scaly pecker so far down your throat that you're just getting direct Satan sperm direct into your soul. That's you. I'm sorry. You are a sucker of Satan's cock. If you can't for 1 minute put down the Palestine flag and stop chanting about Israel being bad, okay? The older I get, the more conservative I get, the more, I guess, don't take fools gladly. 20 years ago, I'd be like, "Oh my God, Israel reacted like that. They're monsters." But now I'm like, Israel reacted like that. I wish they'd fucking reacted even harder and killed more of their enemies. Fucking hell, man. Like, here's the thing. Israel, it's about 75% Jewish, 25% Muslim, a little bit a few Christians here and there. But England is about 6% Muslim. France is about 10% Muslim. And every day, the demographics are changing in Britain, in England. I follow a channel called DJE Media. He gets attacked and punched and assaulted, going around all these 4-star, 3-star hotels, emergency housing for migrants. And these are not refugees. There's no indication that they're refugees. We've never had an issue with refugees. We're a civilized nation. If you're a refugee, fill in the paperwork. We'll assess you. Are you a refugee? But I'm talking about the tens and hundreds of thousands of military-age, angry young men, mostly from Islamic backgrounds. And what if, this is what keeps me awake at night. There's a lot of Jewish schools here in Prestwich, in Manchester. There's a big Jewish community outside of London. In London, there's a massive Jewish community, and it's only growing because Jewish people love having sex and having kids. Go forth and multiply. The Jews are all over that, man. They are pumping out kids. And fair play to them. What happened in the 20th century. There's a rookie. How many Jews we got in the world? 15 million? Rookie numbers. I want 100 million Jews by the end of 2100. What's that? 77 years to get another 85 million Jews? Easy. So, a lot of Jewish schools. I've seen my friends on Facebook. Do I send my kids to their local school? A lot of them go to Jewish schools. And if I was a Jewish dad right now, because a lot of fucking idiot men, fucking yeah, mate, watching the news. Oh, look how cruel the Israelis are. We already had an Egyptian policeman. This is a trained professional, trained to uphold the law. But because he was like, the Egyptian policeman, guess what he did? He shot dead 2 Israeli tourists. The Israeli tourists were looking at the Alexandria, ancient Egypt stuff. Tutankhamun, pharaohs, Cleopatra, who was white. She was white. She was from Macedonia. She was European. Cleopatra was white. In Egypt, Israeli tourists are getting machine gunned. All it takes is for one retard, one fucking fundamentalist twat to go, I'll help out Hamas. I'll kill some Israeli kids. I hope the British police are keeping a very close eye on the Palestinian flag wavers, on the fundamentalist people, multiculturalism's dark face. There was the Didsbury Mosque in Didsbury is a very posh area, but the 2 Manchester Arena bombers, they worshipped. They're like, oh yeah, God's amazing. I love God. God is amazing. God is great. Let me go blow up 22 kids. We need to keep an eye on these people. So let me ask the comment section. If you were a Jewish parent in, say, Germany, France, Sweden, England, Scotland, America, would you be comfortable with your Jewish children going to school today, tomorrow, the day after, next week? Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a lot of people saying some very interesting things. Yeah, go on then. I'm going to read the comments now. Right, okay. I'm going to come back to ranting in a minute. So if you've just logged on, I'm going to, make a drink. So, okay. So Juke, I'm gonna expel you from the chat. You're asking, oh, so you're a Zionist as well? Loaded question, assumptive, doesn't really give me a chance to respond. I always thought Zionists were Jewish people who had a kind of, like you can believe in the Irish homeland, you can believe in the reunification of Ireland, but if you're not Irish, your opinion is just like one of these international, I'm really into current events. Do I believe that the Jewish people should have a homeland? And if I do, does that make me a Zionist? Zion, like a lion in Zion. Right. Oh, I'm getting spammed here. Marcus is he's copy and pasting. Marcus has got the Satan pecker. I'm angry. Oh, get that big devil dick in my mouth. Marcus is angry. He's saying that Anti-Defamation League loves Charlie with an LGBT flag. Come on, Marcus, spam it some more. Anyway, Charlie for Prime Minister. I agree. Thank you. I agree. There's quite a lot of people accusing me of being Jewish. There's people asking me to notice them. Hello, Vlogging with the Goths. Van Gogh, Vlogging with the Goths. Hello. Ontario, Canada. Oh my God, poor Canada. I went to Canada in 2010 thinking it would be a freedom-loving country. I got Sovieted up the fucking... Okay, I didn't get raped. Okay, I got Canadian hospitality rammed down my throat by being put in a film studio cage. I fuck with you not. The original Saw film, there's Saw 10, Saw X, where they filmed Saw 1, John Kramer. That film studio in Toronto, that was my cage for 50 hours. Fuck you, Canadian government. Fuck you, Justin Trudeau. And fuck you, Sergeant Reynolds, who arrested me, you fucking mustachioed piece of shit cunt. Anyway. So, yeah, exactly. Crags1, Crags2 is asking Marcus, why are you spamming that BLT sandwich flag? Monkey police all the way. Absolutely. Yep. Oh, another thing as well. In Scotland, we have a British Pakistani first minister. He sounds Scottish. He is Scottish, but he's British Pakistani ancestry. His name is Hamza Yusuf. Nothing to do with Abu Hamza. Hook. Abu Hamza has the hook. Nothing to do with him. Hamza Yusuf. Yusuf being the Arabized version of Joseph. So Hamza Yusuf. as every leader in the world was saying, oh my God, fuck Hamas. We stand with Israel. We stand with these victims. We send our condolences to Israel. Hamza was like, hold on a fucking second, mate. I know that Hamas is doing some bad stuff, yeah? But my wife is from Gaza, yeah? And let me fucking tell you, don't you be fucking crying over those dead Israeli toddlers. What about my wife's family? And it's that low IQ, brainwashed, ideologically driven, massive filleting of Satan's cock. Imagine looking at a bunch of dead babies and saying, well, no, my tribe's dead babies are better than your tribe's dead babies. Get that Hamza Yusuf out of fucking Scotland. Who the fuck voted for that guy? Scottish National Party. Fuck off. Corrupt Nicola Sturgeon. Is she out of jail yet? Is she out of jail? Here we go. Right. Marcus is still spamming the rainbow. Anyway, I'm not going to mention Marcus again because he's probably he's going, Charlie hates me and he mentioned me. Ah! No, I'm not going to ban him. I'm not going to ban him. But James Bell asks again, Charles, have you had a lovely poo today? I have had 2 massive poos. I pooed in Manchester and then I pooed in Buxton. I didn't make a video in Buxton. It was just a trip for the sake of the trip. But thank you very much. It was a very, 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 very massive, healthy poo. Right. Okay. So to actually answer, there's a fire going on. I can see a fire. I'm going to go investigate that. It might be some content for my viewers. I'm going to bring you the tranny video from Liverpool yesterday where the really big women were trying to, and I had to push these women back. And then, they're trying to, they're threatening you, oh, fucking kill you. You're a right-wing streamer. I pushed them back and they go straight to the police. He just shoved me. He shoved me. And I'm like, and then the guy's got a bigger Adam's apple than me. He's got stubble. And I'm like, I'm sorry, madam. I'm sorry, madam. Hey. So if you think that the universe, that reality, that God's love, that Jesus Christ is oppressive, if you think the fact that your life isn't perfect is oppressive, if you have to work for a living, if you think that's oppressive, if you have to tidy your fucking flat, if you think that's oppressive, you'll probably side with the Palestinians. However, if you understand that reality is infinite, that we are here purely out of the love of God for the fact that we can exist, we can feel love, we can have children, we can do empathy, we can help our elderly neighbors, we can really push love, truth, beauty. We can push gentleness onto people. If you believe in those things, you might side with Israel and their dead babies and the fact that they're trying to build a civilization which the Arabs are trying to destroy. So right now, the big sword, I came not to bring peace, but a sword, is that we will know. And here's the thing, it's like global civil war. Global civil war. Do you side with civilization and peace and prosperity and children, or do you side with machine gunning toddlers and strapping your own babies to the roof of your weapons cache? It's up to you. It's up to you, my darling viewers. I'm going to read a few comments. If you're not interested in me reading people's comments, there might be a few good arguments. I would recommend you stick around. If you're not interested, you can log off now, but I'm going to get stuck in and I might even argue. I might even interact with some angry, nasty people. But let's, right. Bud Guy 98 says, let's send Jewish refugees to Rwanda. Am I right, Charlie? No, we're going to send all those fake refugees, the migrants, the Afghans, the Albanians, the Syrians, the Moroccans, the Congolese, the Angolan, all those ones abandoning their own women, their own families, abandoning their own children, or even worse, sometimes risking their own kids' lives on some rubber dinghy. They got to go to Rwanda. And anyone that says the Rwanda plan is not a good plan, I think you're the real racist. What's wrong with Rwanda? They've had their machete uprising. And one thing I find about countries that have suffered a massive genocide or have been nuked, they tend to get very peaceful for a while. The Japanese were all gung-ho, and then the Americans nuked them twice. Now the Japanese are very peaceful, very peace-loving people. Rwanda, the Hutus and the Tutsis, had a bit of the old choppy chop, but now they're very nice people. Very, very nice people. Thank you, Charlie, is a breath of fresh air. Right, here we go. Bud Guy's getting angry. He's spamming. Bud guy, are you going to suck Satan's cock? Are you going to get that giant black scaly pecker down your gullet? Typical Charlie. It's about color to him. He won't send Ukrainians and Jews to Rwanda. My darling friend with a slightly marijuana-based username, my brother in Christ, you need to learn how to think. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe your parents didn't teach you. Maybe the school didn't teach you how to think. But you sound confused. You're not making any points. This is what happens when you have low IQ and you try and shame someone whose job is literally to argue with people. Fucking go suck Satan's cock, you little twat. Right. Thank you very much, Mick. Okay. So deflection, Duke. Right. Okay. Bud Guide says it's a terrible response. Well, it's my response. You should be happy. There's a lot of people writing me love, and I haven't read out their comments. So be appreciative, you little fucking pathetic shit. Right. DJ E Media speaks like a Mong, says Alistair. I don't think that's fair to say. DJ E Media works very hard to bring some quite interesting videos. If he speaks with a slight lisp, that's a physical thing, guys. We don't mock people for their physical things they can't change. We mock people for trying to change things, which makes them look like a ridiculous version of what they're trying to be. Who has sent me $5? Right. Next, usually has sent me $5. Thank you. Have you seen the video of the female in the back of a pickup truck? Yes, her name was Shani Luke Shanuk. She was German. Yes, I've seen her. I've seen the corroborating evidence showing her leg tattoos versus the tattoos on the corpse. Shani was shot dead by Hamas at the festival. And in the video, she is topless. She is desecrated. They're slapping her. A young boy spits on her. And you can see the giant bullet hole in her exploded skull. Not that I recommend you have a look, but imagine your dad, that you're her dad, you're her boyfriend, you're her uncle, you're her mother, and you see that. And so let's not let Shani Luke die for nothing. Let's make this the great global uprising against those who want to suck Satan's cock and those who want to kill our children, against those of us who just want to work hard and build up a good civilization and have based morals. And I don't mean based in the kind of internet way. I mean based in the foundational reality of nature. You know, based. You're based in reality. Stop complaining. Right. Okay. We'll ignore him. He doesn't deserve any more love. Free speech on this channel. Thank you. Yes. Come to Withenshaw. I've not got a bulletproof vest, Astro Gib. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for the love. Liam Ainsworth asks, where is Laura? Laura is working. I don't know enough to pick a side, but are you saying Israel is completely innocent? No. No. Let me just scroll up. Okay, it's called My Heathen Heart. I like your channel name. My Heathen Heart says, he's very honest, and I like the humility. He says he doesn't know enough to pick a side. And I do agree, in order to remain human, you have to pick a side. And then he asks me, am I saying that Israel is completely innocent? No! Do you remember the 1985 massacre in southern Lebanon when the Druze, the Christians in Lebanon, decided to massacre a whole village? Thousands, maybe hundreds, men, women, and children. And the Israeli soldiers were like, I didn't see anything, boss. And then the Lebanese Druze militants massacred, and the Israelis were like, yeah, it was okay. Yeah, fuck it. 1985. No, Israel's committed atrocities. But one thing I have seen, I saw an Israeli soldier shoot a wounded. There was a Hamas terrorist tried to stab some soldiers. He got shot and wounded, and he's on the floor like, ah. And I saw an Israeli soldier go up to him and shoot him in the head. That Israeli soldier, much to the anger of a lot of Israelis, served time in prison for manslaughter. So all I'm saying is they're a civilized nation. They don't kill children on purpose. They are very, very strict. And it says in their fucking holy book, if you save one life, it's like you saved the whole world. If you kill one person, it's like you've massacred the whole world. Obviously, murder. You can kill someone in self-defense. Obviously. So my heathen heart, I'd recommend just get your information from both sides, unfortunately. Obviously, Israel is not innocent. Who is innocent? Am I innocent? Are you? No. But anyone comes to hurt my children, I would kill them and I wouldn't feel bad. I'd be like, Charlie, how are you going to sleep? Oh, sleep. That's okay. Yeah, he's trying to kill my kids. I'd sleep like a baby killing someone if they tried to hurt my children. No problem. And so should the Israelis. So should anyone. So should any dad. Could you guys please spam the like button? Spam the like button. It really helps the live stream. All right. All right. They're not. Okay. Here's an accusation I get. So people think that because I'm supporting Israel in this particular conflict, as I said in my last one, I might not have supported them yesterday, might not support them tomorrow, but today, Am Yisrael Chai. Glory to Israel. Glory to the Jewish cause. Glory to Zion. And go hard on these fucking Hamas terrorists. To Hamas, you fucking little suckers. Okay, William Melvin says, Gaza is a geographical location, not a person. It's a place of 2 million civilians. Nobody disputed that. Grow Junkie Radio, thank you very much. Okay, here's a juice one. I've been on YouTube for the past 2 hours nonstop. I have refreshed my subscriptions and looked at my notifications several times. I just now see there's a live stream. Hatib Guri, he has sent me 6 Palestinian flags. Now, Hatib, I ask you, sir, to put down the tribalism for 1 minute and see that all children are the children of God. And there's never a justification to kill your enemy's children. You might as well kill your own children, you fucking idiot, posting Palestinian flags when we're talking about Israeli dead babies. Right. Vlogging with the Goff sends £3. Thank you very, very much. Right. Oh, Bud Guy's getting angry. You little fucking sucker of Satan's cock. Look at you. Look at you. What a pussy. What a pussy. Right. Okay. So Bud Guy 98, he's spammed here. Laura, 20-year age gap. No wonder Charlie isn't allowed to see his children. You fucking wanker. You don't know anything about my personal life. You don't know anything about whether I'm an amazing father or a terrible father. And you have no idea what personal challenges I've gone through with people working against me. So fuck you. Remember, you're here watching my live stream, leaving comments for me, not the other way around. I don't know who you are. And I swear to God, you would not say that to my face. And if you did say it, I'd fucking knock you out, you piece of shit. Now go fucking wank off to your Hamas fucking big warriors. Go on. Go blow your load to Hamas. Go on. Bud Guy. You shame the word bud. You don't smoke cannabis. If you smoke cannabis, you'd be relaxed. But here you are, like a child, hating on the man on his live stream. Bud Guy. Bud Guy. Right. Thank you, everybody. So look at that. Thank you for hitting the little hearts. Klaus Schwab is in the house. Thank you, Klaus Schwab. I've got a laughing face. Charlie Edward Kumpsty. That's a good surname. Kumpsty. Do you think that this is the start of a third intifada? I think, unfortunately, with that Iranian money, with that Arab money, the Gulf state money, Saudi money, Qatar money, UAE money, these people, a lot of them, a lot of really rich Arabs, oil rich, hate the Jews. Hate the Jews. So what do? They send hundreds of millions of shekels into Palestinian coffers with the explicit extent, go kill the Jews. So it's a permanent intifada, Edward. It's permanent. Permanent. And it doesn't make me feel very good when I see average men, women, and children, especially the children, little boys spitting on the dead Israeli girl, the topless Israeli girl, spitting on her. Yeah, someone's saying Bud Guy is a Bud Light kind of guy. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Someone's written, Charlie is going out with a 22-year-old. This is allowed. They're both adults. Thank you. We don't generally allow voices of reason on this channel, but you can go out with any consenting adult and do whatever you want with any consenting adult. That's not our concern. A lot of time that my transgender enemies, they like to bring in the age gap and call me a pedophile because I think they're projecting. It's actually transgender people and those of a kind of weird sexual non-binary. They vastly overrepresent straight people in terms of child abuse. So I think there is a lot of projection by transgender allied people when they see me with a beautiful young girlfriend, and they like to call pedophile. I think we should check your hard drives, guys, and I think it's great. And I'm not going to read them, but I can see Bud Guy. He's impotently screeching into the comment section, and that's great. Bud Guy, every single one of your little hate comments helps the algorithm. Please keep spamming, bro. YouTube's got it all worked out. You think you can hate on my channel and affect it? You little pathetic little scrotum. Do you have a scrotum, Bud Guy? So Nathan Stern, what is that? Is that a shekel? Thank you, Ashkelon. Nathan Stern has sent me 17 shekels from Ashkelon in Israel. Keep up the great content. Nathan, I hope you stay safe. I hope you've not had any family injured or worse in this atrocity. Can I just say, all civilized people in the world, people who believe in civility, who believe in the future, who believe in babies, stand with Israel. All the kind of conspiracy theories of the past have been proven to be bullshit. They're bullshit. And so what Hamas has done now, they have strengthened the Israeli cause. They have strengthened the Zionist cause. And as someone who's worked with Israelis and with Jewish people, I shouldn't even have to say this, but you guys are exactly like anyone else in the world. And as a Portuguese-blooded man from the other side of the Mediterranean, I felt a kind of Mediterranean affinity with my Israeli friends. So thank you for those shekels. I think it's the first time after years of joking about receiving shekels, I finally get my funding from Israel. So Nathan, shalom, brother. So let's read some more. Right. Today's Noah, Jonathan Kleck, spamming ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Afternoon, Charlie. Honestly, exploring and adventures. Don't worry about the haters. Every hate comment helps the algorithm. It pushes me out there to more haters, which is really, really good. So they breached Israel wall, but no one will ever breach the Veach. Well, I don't like to say that. Here I am with my broken finger from when the crackhead threw a brick at me. But hey, 10 years of fucking up scum and a little broken finger isn't too bad. But Dave Round, thank you very much. From Israel. Oh, I got some more love from Israel. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Hallel, Tarantino. So let's wrap this up. I am a half Scottish, half Brazilian man with Portuguese blood and Scottish blood, obviously. I used to support Palestine 20 years ago when I was young and stupid and ignorant, and all the propaganda. You know, the propaganda of the Palestinians holding up dead babies. Dead babies, look at my dead baby. Look what the Israelis did. But then you learn, you actually go, hold on a second, I need to research this. And then you go, Hamas and Islamic Jihad are literally strapping babies to the roof of their bomb factories, to their bloody command centers. They got little children. Palestinians love death. Israelis seem to love life. And on this note, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you from Creative Zealots for your final donation there. I'm going to wrap things up, but I really appreciate you all watching. And long live Israel, long live any people. And in the immortal words, oh fuck, what's his name? There was an escaped slave in the Frederick Douglass, great guy. People calling me racist. I quote black authors, escaped slaves as my American heroes. Frederick Douglass said, and this is why I will stand with Israel today, and I will stand with Israel. Am Yisrael Chai. Frederick Douglass said, I will side with any man to do good and against any man who wants to do evil. And on that note, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Have an amazing Monday. Take care.